Buenos días a todos, bienvenidos a el ciclo internacional de webinars de la materia de edificación y eficiencia energética del curso de verano del TEC de Monterrey. Antes de comenzar, y me gustaría agradecerle a Rebeca Ortiz por estar con nosotros el día de hoy, es un honor que estés con nosotros. Y antes de comenzar, un poquito de anuncio: esta sesión va a ser grabada, por lo cual no va a haber preguntas y respuestas, pero si alguien quiere hacer contacto directamente con Rebeca, ella dejará su correo al final de la conferencia, y también podemos tener las preguntas en el chat del Zoom. Entonces, las preguntas que pongan ahí, yo se las hago llegar a Rebeca, y también siéntanse en libertad de ponerse en contacto con ella. Al final de la sesión les compartirá las respuestas, el correo. Muy bien, antes de presentar a Rebeca, me gustaría hablar un poquito de esta imagen que está del fondo. Esta es la chimenea solar del edificio Mine. Es en donde tenemos nosotros como EOSIS nuestra oficina certificada LEED Platinum, y se ha vuelto especialmente apetecible la ventilación natural para prevenir contagios y fomentar salud. Y este edificio tiene un sistema de Building Science, un sistema bioclimático que mueve el aire de un lado para otro, simplemente con el calor del sol, permitiendo que entre mucho más aire por las ventanas y de esa manera creando mejores condiciones de salud. Ahora sí, me permito presentar a Rebeca, quien es representante del GBCI en México. Este organismo coordina diferentes certificaciones de edificios sustentables, incluyendo las más conocidas en México, LEED, EDGE y WELL. Nos va a hablar un poco de eso. Después de haber coordinado el proyecto de la certificación LEED para el nuevo aeropuerto de la Ciudad de México. Rebeca tiene una licenciatura en el Knox College en Estados Unidos y tiene estudios de maestría en Relaciones Internacionales en la Escuela Internacional de Protocolo y Diplomacia en Bélgica. Su interés en la sostenibilidad, el medio ambiente, el cambio climático, la justicia social y salud comenzó mientras trabajaba en las relaciones interinstitucionales y división del protocolo del Congreso mexicano, para más tarde colaborar con Delher Special Projects en el desarrollo de su programa de estufas ecológicas, que tenía como objetivo promover un ambiente ambiental económico mejora de la salud en comunidades vulnerables mediante el uso de estufas de bajas emisiones. Rebeca, me da mucho gusto que estés aquí con nosotros. Gracias de nuevo por la participación, y te cedo ahora sí el espacio. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, Jorge. Voy a comenzar a compartir mi pantalla y pues voy a platicarles un poquito también de mí. Jorge me pidió que hiciéramos la presentación en inglés. Sin embargo, creo que para crear un poco más de empatía voy a platicarles de quién soy. Y quiero decirles también...
En esta ocasión puede ser en español. Aunque está muy bien si es en español, no pasa nada.
Perfecto. Pero bueno, voy a empezar. Ya preparé todo en inglés, Jorge, entonces seguiremos en inglés. Sin embargo, voy a hacer la presentación en español. Quiero comentarles que a mí me une un lazo muy grande al TEC. Mi padre nació en Monterrey y fue parte del proyecto del Tecnológico de Monterrey en sus inicios con la carrera de Administración de Empresas. Y el TEC se volvió un referente en mi familia. Y por supuesto que yo, como la hija mayor, también tuve mis pininos en el TEC. Yo hice la preparatoria en el campus Estado de México, para después pues decantarme por Estados Unidos para seguir mis estudios. Sin embargo, pues yo estoy siempre muy reconocida con el TEC y por lo que hizo por mí a nivel profesional y a nivel de desarrollo personal. Creo que esta visión sobre la excelencia y sobre siempre buscar en México esfuerzos para sumar y para transformar el país son muy interesantes y el TEC lo sabe hacer muy bien. Entonces, ahora sí, voy a comenzar a platicarles sobre lo que nos trae el día de hoy aquí con ustedes. So let me change and so let me tell you that as I said, my name is Rebeca Ortiz. I'm the Business Development Leader for GBCI in Mexico. I want to thank Jorge Lopez de Obeso for inviting me to your class to talk about US GBCI, LEAD, and what are the most important certification programs that we represent. I started working with GBCI, as Jorge said, a year ago, after having worked for a very important project in Mexico, Nuevo Aeropuerto de la Ciudad de México. So Nuevo Aeropuerto de la Ciudad de México has become an iconic project, not only for the political situation that it went through, but also because to me, for having worked there, I can tell you that there's a before and after. Nuevo Aeropuerto was going to be the most sustainable airport in the world. And so I used to work for the Environment and Sustainability Office. And so there we had more than 100 people working in the implementation of LEAD and in the implementation of environmental programs that were compulsory to continue constructing. So very, very different to what you can see in the news. Because it was such an important site, and a site that had so much history and so much political impact, there were a lot of measures that were taken care of and that were really overseen in the project. So as I said a year ago, I was hired to represent GBCI to promote LEAD, offer the certifications that the United States Green Business Certification offers in Mexico, and also to help develop the Mexican market and to be able to reach segments of the industry that haven't been reached before with LEAD. So I work closely with SUME and GBCI. SUME is the Green Building Council for Mexico. And together with GBCI in the States, they formed GBCI Mexico to accelerate the adoption of green business practices across Mexico, improve access to educational resources, and provide further technical expertise to the region. Since the beginning, as I said, I've been working very hard with SUME to be able to do some development and some advances in the market. So I want to tell you the story of how it all started. We like to joke that LEAD started as a project in a garage in California, like Apple, Google, or Amazon, but that really is not very much how it started. There was a group of people working at different places in NGOs, big housing developers, capital markets, and building investment professionals, a marketing guy from Carrier Air Conditioning. Let's remember that this was 1993. So in the late 80s, we had the ozone crisis and the Montreal Protocol and the discovery of the sick building syndrome. And there was a trend in the industry to talk about what made buildings green. But there was no definition and no framework. So this very unlikely group of people from across industry, government, finance, building science, and manufacturing came together in a room that they borrowed from the American Institute of Architects, and they founded the United States Green Building Council. And they set up a consensus-based system that could allow the industry best experts to volunteer their time to help create a rating system and to make sure it evolved and improved over time. Later, in 2008, GBCI was established to administer the LEED certification program and other certifications and accreditations created by USGBC. Green Business Certification Inc. is the organization that independently recognizes excellence in the performance and practice of global sustainable business industry. GBCI provides third-party verification services for certification and accreditation through a scientific process where a product, process, or service is reviewed by an accredited and impartial third party to verify that a set of criteria, resources, or standards are met. Certification programs and credentials are used within the global sustainable construction industry to demonstrate credibility, provide a metric for comparisons, and add significant value for certified space. Please have in your mind a third-party verification, because I'm going to come back and explain a little bit of why this is important. So GBCI guarantees the best-in-class delivery and full service offerings, including brand creation and management, user experience, platform development, sales, and marketing. We also provide comprehensive market strategy support that includes sales, technical support, customer experience, marketing, promotion, advocacy, and event management. And once that you start with a certification of a project, you can start really experiencing what we are all about. So just to summarize, while USGBC was the creator of LEED, its different certification systems, guides, and educational content, GBCI is an external organization that independently oversees the accreditation of professionals and the certification of sustainable projects. So GBCI is made up of more than 140 experts and 600 consultants in 3 teams that form an organization that is responsible for certification, accreditation, and customer service. We have physical representation in the United States, in Europe, in India, and China, Colombia, Brazil, and Mexico. And we support teams and project professionals in more than 160 countries. Our mission is to transform the building environment in a human health and in a generation. We want to improve the environmental and human health benefits of the built environment by providing communities with the resource to create sustainable and resilient buildings and cities. Our vision is simple, that buildings, communities, and cities will regenerate and maintain health and vitality of whole life within a generation, and that we will build a healthy, intelligent, productive, efficient, equitable, resilient, and above all, sustainable future. Having better buildings equals better lives. The word sustainability for us is not just a keyword, it's a way of life. And how are we doing this? We're doing this through education. We generate educational content and prepare people in our different certification programs and in our accredited professionals courses. We promote our products in new markets, and we make them available for people to have them accessible, and with the certainty that our methodology and programs create value. So here is why third-party validation is important. It is important because it's industry's best practice. Building to code and passing inspection is standard practice, or it should be a standard practice. But best practice means you don't just say that your building is real water efficient, but you can prove it to someone with the expertise in water efficiency. And you can compare your building and operations to other buildings in your portfolio or to the competition. And that makes it easier to benchmark yourself against your peers. And that matters for investors, that matters for sales, that matters for the bottom line. Third-party verification is also considered industry best practice because it gives you a simpler way to explain a complex set of information. You can distill it down in just 2 words. For example, LEED certified. It is a consistent way to measure and communicate what kind of building you have. Third-party recognition, you have achieved best practice in your industry, helps communicate your values, your competency, and your achievements. Today, we're pleased to be able to say that LEED is a large-scale movement and the world's most used and trusted sustainable building program. The numbers speak for themselves. LEED is everywhere with more than 39,000 registered and certified projects participating in the program. Let me tell you about our numbers in the Latin American region. In Latin America, we have more than 5,000 total LEED projects registered and certified, which represent 124.4 million square meters of space. We have more than 2,000 certified LEED projects, which represent 490 million squares meters of space. We have more than 1,600 LEED accredited professionals. Also, let me tell you that Mexico is number 2 in the region, just behind Brazil. Mexico has a total of 1,000 certified and registered projects that represent 32.5 million square meters. We have more than 458 LEED certified projects that represent 10.6 million square meters. And we have more than 650 LEED accredited professionals. This is the highest number in the region, in all of Latin America, and it's twice the number of professionals that Brazil has. So these are the LEED system goals. LEED rating system aims to promote the transformation of the construction industry through strategies designed to achieve 7 goals. Reverse the contribution of global climate change, improve individual health and human well-being, protect and restore water resources, protect, enhance, and restore biodiversity and ecosystem services, promote sustainable and regenerative material cycles, build a greener economy, improve social equity, environmental justice, health, and quality of life for communities. Before I start talking to you about GBCI certification programs, I want to talk to you about our LEED credentials. A LEED credential denotes proficiency in today's sustainable design, construction, and operation standards. More than 203,000 professionals have earned a LEED credential to help advance their careers. So by earning a LEED credential, you are validating your sustainability knowledge. There are different types of LEED credentials. The LEED Green Associate credential affirms a professional's comprehension of green building principles and practices. The LEED Green Associate exam measures general knowledge of green building practices and how to support others working on LEED projects. A LEED AP credential distinguishes those with advanced knowledge in green building plus expertise in a particular LEED rating system. The LEED AP exams measure knowledge about green building and specific rating systems and the certification process. The exam is ideal for individuals who are actively working on LEED projects and in green building. So we have 5 different credentials in the LEED AP realm. So let me just fastly overview of what each stand for. LEED AP Building and Design suits professionals with expertise in design and construction phases of green buildings, serving the commercial, residential, education, and healthcare sectors. LEED AP Operations and Maintenance distinguished professionals implementing sustainable practices, improving performance, heightening efficiency, and reducing environmental impact in existing buildings through enhanced operations and maintenance. LEED AP Interior Design and Construction serves participants in the design, construction, and improvement of commercial interiors and tenant spaces that offer a healthy, sustainable, and productive work and environment. LEED AP ND, or LEED AP Neighborhood Development, applies to individuals participating in the planning, designing, and development of walkable neighborhoods and communities. And at last, we have LEED AP Homes, suited for all those involved in the design and construction of healthy, durable homes that use fewer resources and produce less waste. So now I'm gonna give you a concise overview of the certifications administered by GBCI. I have to tell you that all our certification programs have as a common goal to improve the life of people as we implement the triple bottom line in the different areas of the built-in environment. So I'm gonna start with LEED. LEED for us is not only our top certification program, we kind of feel of it as the jewel of the crown. LEED is the most widely used certification program in the world. It's available for any type of building, community, or residential project. So that it's offices, hotels, hospitals, industry facilities, retail spaces, stadium, schools, homes. LEED provides a methodology for creating healthy, efficient, resource-saving buildings. LEED certification is a recognized symbol of the achievement of sustainability in the case of LEED. GBCI conducts third-party technical reviews and verifies registered projects to determine whether they have met the standard set by the rating system. GBCI technical experts ensure that the building certification meets the highest standards of quality and integrity. Millions of people are living, working, and learning in LEED certified buildings around the world. In relation to sustainable certification, the market moves at different levels, and we are prepared to meet the demand of all of them. EDGE is a program that was developed for emerging markets. It's a program for projects that have not adopted LEED, but that start with a simple strategy to implement sustainability with a view to going further to do more. EDGE is an innovation of the International Finance Corporation, member of the World Bank Group. This certification program is focused on making buildings more resource efficient. It enables developers and builders to quickly identify the most cost-effective ways to reduce energy use, materials, built-in energy, and water use. EDGE is now available in lots of building types, such as homes, hospitality, offices, hospitals, retail, and warehouses. EDGE is already in Mexico. It's been here for about 3 years now, and it's really working hard to be present in the market. So really what we are doing in EDGE now, and what has been really good is small family projects for small family homes that are those, like, for example, Infonavit projects. But EDGE is bettering with time, and it's aiming to bigger projects. So now I'm going to talk to you about sites. Sites is a rating system that takes sustainability outside and into our landscape, open spaces, parks, and natural resources. The Sustainable Sites Initiative, or SITES for short, is the most comprehensive program and toolkit for developing sustainable landscapes and resilient places. The SITES program offers a rating system designed to define sustainable sites, measure their performance, and ultimately evaluate the value of landscapes. The central message of SITES program is that every project holds a potential to conserve, restore, and create the benefits provided by healthy ecosystems. Unlike buildings, sustainable landscapes appreciate value over time rather than depreciate it. Just as it has undeniably transformed the built environment, SITES has the ability to transform land development and use under the administration of GBCI. Like LEED, pursuing site certification and using the rating system also ensures that projects meet high standards and keep everyone accountable. So never forget, though, that the focus of SITES, though, is driving sustainability beyond the building. We have many projects in Mexico, and one good thing about SITES is that it can work in synergy with some other products that we have, such as LEED. And so some of the strategies will give you points for example, in LEED. So if you complete the Sustainable Sites certification, and you will have credit for that, if you are registered, of course. So now I want to talk to you about TRUE. TRUE stands for Total Resource Use and Efficiency. The TRUE Zero Waste Rating System enables facilities to define, pursue, and achieve zero waste goals, cutting their carbon footprint and supporting public health. It helps facilities quantify their performance and find additional ways to improve their progress towards zero waste. Certification is available for any physical facility, and their operations include facilities owned by companies, property managers, schools, government agencies, and nonprofits. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, the average American generates 4.4 pounds of trash each day. And according to the World Bank, global solid waste generation is on pace to increase 70% by 2025. For every kind of garbage at the curb, there are 87 cans worth of materials that come from extraction industries that manufacture natural resources into finished products like timber, mining, and petroleum. This means that while recycling is important, it doesn't address the real problem. Zero waste is a philosophy that encourages the redesign of resource life cycles so that all products are reused. It's a very similar process to the way resources are used in nature. Although recycling is the first step in the journey, achieving zero waste goes far beyond. By focusing on the larger picture, facility organizations can reap financial benefits while becoming more resource efficient. Next, I'm going to talk about the well building standard. This is one of the most popular certification programs currently. This leading global certification system is the first to focus exclusively on the ways in which buildings and everything in them can improve our comfort, generate better options, and in general improve without compromising our health and well-being. It's evidence-based, and it sets performance requirements in 11 categories, which are air, water, nourishment, light, movement, thermal comfort, sound, material, mind, community, and innovation. As I said, this is a very popular certification because it deals with the impact of health and well-being. Next, I'm going to talk to you about, this is not per se a certification program. This is a survey. So CREST is an investor-driven organization that is transforming the way we assess the environmental, social, and governance performance of global real assets, including real estate portfolios and infrastructure assets. This dynamic survey used by institutional investors shows the performance of sustainability in the real estate market worldwide. Okay, so I'm going to continue with PEER. So this is a very interesting rating system. And so because it drives a market transformation in the power and energy sectors through certification, PEER recognizes industry leaders for improving efficiency, day-to-day reliability, and overall resiliency when it comes to severe events such as flooding and hurricanes. PEER is for all power systems and includes guidance for cities, utilities, campuses, and transit. How PEER works. Projects can become certified by achieving a minimum set of requirements and score under the PEER rating system. There are 4 levels of certification designating how well a project is performing. PEER certification can become a tool with which to demonstrate value to investors, identify opportunities for improvement, and implement those, including through the clean energy procurement, and drive larger market change. Pre-certification is also available as an optional step in the process. We also have ParkSmart, which was developed by industry experts and offers a roadmap for new and existing parking facilities to use innovative solutions-oriented strategies. Points are awarded to parking structures for forward-thinking and sustainable practices in 3 categories: management, programs, and technology structure design. Now, I would also like to talk to you about a technological tool that has become very important in the green building industry, and that is changing the way that we see buildings and certify them. The name of the platform is called ARC. ARC is a performance platform that helps create better buildings and places for people and the environment. ARC empowers its users to understand and enhance their sustainability performance, promote human health and well-being, and contribute to a higher quality of life. ARC can be used to receive a sustainability performance score for your project, expedite and accelerate certification or recertification with the LEED program, support project portfolio management by understanding the performance of each asset, use real-world performance data as a practical classroom educational tool. ARC is also used to upload data for the transformation of cities and communities. It's pretty much used with our Lead for Cities and Communities program. ARC allows buildings, cities, and communities to collect data, manage, and evaluate their progress, measure their impact, and improve sustainability. ARC aggregates data from a variety of sources, such as meters, utility bills, user surveys, and connects the data with solutions that drive sustainability and efficiencies, such as rating systems, standards, labels, and certifications. ARC pulls all of the data together and provides users with analytics, scores, and visualizations. ARC helps project teams also to have very particular and detailed reports on the performance of their buildings. So one of the features that I would have introduced with ARC is a free access to ARC. So the name of the feature is ARC for All. So any project anywhere can now use ARC for free. This access allows you to enter data, start tracking your environmental impacts, and start benchmarking your performance locally and globally. So just I'm going to pause here and just try to give you a better overview. So this is a great platform because it makes groups of people more conscious about the impacts that their buildings are making in the close community. So you have to input data. I'll explain a little bit further. And this data will give you a qualification, a number, that will give you an idea of the impact that your building is causing. So as I said, ARC is a very, so ARC works under the premise that you can only improve what you can measure. So improving performance is important to identify where you stand, prioritize the actions that can be taken, make the necessary changes, and celebrate your achievements. So as I said, with ARC, you are given a score that gives you your building's environmental performance. So ARC ARC measures the performance of buildings in 5 categories. This is energy, water, waste management, mobility or transportation, and human experience, which is equivalent to the quality of interior air quality in the spaces. All these scores will allow us to establish the parameters that prioritize decision-making and raise the performance of existing buildings. ARC also allows us to track carbon emissions of buildings so that we have a clear idea of the impacts and develop strategies that allow us to reduce them based on the commitments of the building's owners and cities and communities. This is a platform that is really working with existing buildings because you need information for at least 12 months to be able to get the score. So this is the data that you have to upload to the platform in order to have the score. So you have to, in energy and water, you have to at least have 12 months of the whole project consumption data. As I said, this could be through your energy bills. So in the category of waste, you have to give the total generated waste and total diverted waste, at least one data entry for the whole building waste. In the category of transportation of mobility, you have to implement a survey per year on the transportation trends of the occupants of the building. In the human experience category, you have to implement an occupant satisfaction survey that we provide to you. And you have to make an air quality sampling for carbon dioxide and total volatile organic compounds concentrations. Only data for the most 12 recent months is considered to ensure your score is current. Oops, sorry about that. So each ARC category is worth varying points, with energy being the most impactful category at 33, where you can see it in the screen, and waste management being the least impactful, for 8 points. The score that you will be provided is between 0 and 100 points. And so this is the score that you will be looking at, the score of your building. And the addition of the points in each category give you the score of your building. For ARC, a high scoring space, building or place has low greenhouse gas emissions relative to its peers. It also saves water, reduces waste, and it provides a satisfying indoor environment. It is equally true that a low scoring building has higher emissions, and it's relatively lower performing with respect to water, waste, and human experience. So this score that you see in the middle changes depending on the data that you are uploading in the platform. So this is also another feature that you have through ARC. So this is, you can upload and you can see your entire portfolio. And so this is pretty much how it looks in the platform. So here's the lineup of all the buildings in the portfolio, and these are the scores of each of the buildings. So in a layout like this, you can pretty easily see what is really what's happening to each of your properties and which is a category that you really need to work on and plan on bettering to have a better environmental impact. So we have prepared a series of videos in Spanish. They are in the US GBC webpage. I'll give you the resources at the end. And so this was prepared by our counterpart in Colombia. And so they pretend to help users know how to how each category of ARC works and how you can start using the platform. ARC is present in more than 80 countries, and it's currently used by more than 10,000 projects worldwide. Latin America as a region occupies a second place for ARC with more than 1,622 projects, just after US. And Mexico, as of now, has 516 projects in the platform. ARC has 3 components, and these are features that any user has available to them. So we first have ARC for All, where ARC is free for everyone, and you can register projects immediately and start measuring the performance of buildings, because today 90% of what surrounds us already exists and is already built. Therefore, it's imperative to measure it and raise its performance so that it becomes more secure, more commercially visible, and more efficient. ARC also now enables the way to LEED certification for the projects that want to achieve this accomplishment, and those that are already certified, their way to certification. So we do this through LEED Essentials, which is the second component of the platform. And LEED Essentials will allow you to analyze the market, model your data, and help you identify opportunities for improvement on the different categories. It will help you generate and download performance reports to analyze and prioritize your actions. And the third component is ARC certificates. ARC certificates are available for each category in a separate basis. And so it helps really distinguish leadership. So pretty much a lot of our work is to distinguish those that prefer and do implement sustainability and want to make a change through it. These certificates can be downloaded for each category to certify the level of performance by category, the period of certification, and the tracked emissions, and the score that helps, and this course helps you in the journey to continue improving. ARC is a platform that serves the idea of the level of efficiency of its buildings, and therefore helps for investment. It helps whomever operates and administers a building to make those actions visible and prioritizes decision-making to increase the performance of buildings. And it helps users of buildings to generate conscience of their individual actions and how they generate a collective impact. As businesses around the world start to re-enter the workplace in the wake of the global COVID-19 pandemic, ARC has created a set of resources to assist owners and facility managers with re-entering their buildings and facilities. ARC Reentry is a set of tools that can be used to document and benchmark infection control policies and procedures, to collect and analyze related occupant experiences, and to measure and track indoor air quality. As a stepping stone for lead safety, first pilot credits, and the World Health Safety Rating. ARC Reentry allows facility managers to evaluate the relationship between expectations for policies and procedures and the real-world experience of occupants. This creates transparency and supports a safe, confident workplace reentry. ARC Reentry is available free for any project, anywhere to collect and manage disease control related information. It is important to note that ARC Reentry supports the assessment of facility management and occupant experience, not the health of individual occupants or infection risk. All our users are able to access the new entry feature and data and generate a reentry comprehensive score. The score provides a comparable measure of the amplitude and documentation of facility management policies, occupant experience, and measure indoor air quality, including factors such as relative humidity, carbon dioxide concentration, and particulate matter. Some users will want to do more. So in ARC Essential, subscribers will receive both an enhanced reentry performance dashboards and the ability to create customized reentry reports, either standalone or as part of a project performance report. The detailed reentry report provides insights into what goes into the score and can help users determine where problems lie and how they can make improvements. ARC Essential subscribers can also create custom performance reports for projects or portfolios and logos or images to create high quality communications. You can learn more about the reentry features with the guide that we have prepared, where actually the ARC Score team has prepared. So this guide to ARC Reentry was published in June of 2020. And as we said, most of our programs are in constant betterment. So we are now in version 101 and very similar to Apple and now the operating systems, they do become better with comments of users and with also the study of our experts. So this is the way that you can start scoring your building's performance in ARC. You have to log into arcscore.com. If you don't have a USGBC account, you have to create your account in usgbc.com. And then, of course, with that account, you have to log into ARC Scoring. Then you have to select projects in the upper right corner and click Add a Project. You have to enter the project details and submit. So you have to select meter and service to start entering data and then earn your score. So this is just the easier process. If any one of you wants to start a project with ARC, you can contact me or you can now contact the ARC Score team. So here I want to share this quote that was said by our CEO and President, Mahesh Ramanujan. And this quote summarizes the spirit of the green building movement and calls each of us interested in transforming the built-in environment to action. So this quote says, the green building movement is living proof that real change starts with people. Real change starts with you and me. Through our certification programs and our platform, we are trying to provide with tools that help you come into action. So it's been a pleasure to be with you today. Please, here are the resources that I'm sharing with you so that you can find all the information that I talked about in the certification. I tried to make it less, I know that you don't have a lot of knowledge yet on certifications, so that's why I tried to make it more light. But if you would like to go deeper in any of our on our presentation features, please, here is my email, and here is the webpage. Feel free to contact me at any time. Thank you so much.
Rebeca, muchas gracias por tu conferencia. Disculpa de nuevo la interrupción. Por unirla y quitar ese pedacito que está ahí. No creo que vaya a haber
no te preocupes. Ha sido un placer. Todo este tema de las certificaciones, cuando estás comenzando puede parecer muy pesado. Sin embargo, creo que es una hoja de ruta que justamente nos lleva de la mano a poder implementar la sustentabilidad en el entorno construido. Y bueno, tú ya eres un experto en esto, pero creo que tus estudiantes lo encontrarán algo muy interesante. Quiero comentar también que hemos estado ya en pláticas y de hecho en el campus de Monterrey llevamos a cabo un programa que se llama Lead Lab, en el que tenemos estudiantes de un semestre de la carrera de arquitectura o de desarrollo sostenible que participan en la certificación de un edificio. Y esto les enseña en cómo implementar la certificación. Estamos tratando de llevarlo a otros campuses porque creemos que da valor mucho de lo que comentan los profesionales de la construcción, es que cuando a veces salimos de la escuela no tenemos esta experiencia que pues te ayuda a tener trabajos y te ayuda a tener más opciones de progreso. Entonces, Lead Lab está presente en el TEC de Monterrey y solo quería comentárselos por si alguien estuviese interesado.
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias por el comentario. Ya están invitados al Lead Lab, el que tenemos nosotros en nuestro propio edificio, y el próximo semestre pues estamos averiguando cómo hacerlo online. Todavía no sabemos eso. ¿Ok? De nuevo, muchas gracias. Voy a terminar la sesión y gracias a todos por atender. Salud.